Hey there. First IB teacher we're interviewing. What IB classes do you teach?
Well, hi, I'm Brian Stewart. I teach IB Philosophy and Theory of Knowledge, and I've also taught the IB History of the Americas program.
Wow. How difficult or rigorous would you say those classes are in terms of the workload and just material?
The way I structure them, well, particularly with philosophy, is I don't do busy work, but I think it's intellectually rigorous. I think as far as the day-to-day grind of, amount of work you have to do. You have to read, you have to write papers, you have to research things, but I don't think it's too bad. I think it's a pretty manageable workload, what they have. Theory of knowledge, given that everyone who's in the theory of knowledge class is required to be in the diploma program, I've tried to structure that so it's a little less rigorous than like a regular IB class, where a lot of the material can be done in class. We have a lot of discussions. It's sort of try to make it like a more relaxed setting for students because they have such a rigorous workload with the diploma. So,
What sort of IB level work ends up being done in your classes?
well, I think the biggest thing is just learning how to write and how to present. Those are probably the two biggest things that we have. In philosophy, the skill of Socratic discussion is developed over 2 years. Also, writing philosophical essays is developed, and that's a skill that going into college should be really helpful. I think in theory of knowledge, with the requirements they have to do an external assessment, which is an essay, and then also they have to do a presentation. I think just everything that goes into that, helps students prepare for school at the next level. So.
Okay. What's your opinion of the IB program as a whole?
As a teacher, I think it's a lot of fun to teach, and I think the students enjoy it too because we have so much freedom over what to study. In fact, with my year 2 philosophy students this year, the very first week of school, we decided what we were going to investigate this year, and we decided to do a more in-depth investigation into ethics and political philosophy and also world philosophical approaches. And so in a lot of classes, like an AP class, you may not have the freedom or flexibility to choose what you want to do as much. So it's just nice to be able to do that. I think that's a real strength of the program. You can really tap into what people are passionate about. I also think the type of work that you do as far as writing and presentations is very much indicative of what you'll see in both college and graduate school. You tend not to have as many like multiple choice or true-false tests, so it's just really good to be prepared to write at a higher level of sophistication, to have really finely attuned research skills.
Okay. If you had any suggestions to improve the IB program, what do you think those would be?
I think we've done a better job with communicating, teachers communicating with one another. I know the first year we had a lot of issues where there would be assessments all on the same day. I think one improvement, we can continue to try to strive to spread out assessments so as to not overwhelm the students. I also think that a lot of the potential improvements that could be had will come with time because this is a pretty young program, and I think students at the school who are thinking about taking it maybe don't feel comfortable asking another student exactly what it entails because there just aren't as many people who've gone through the process. A lot of teachers are teaching things for the first or second year, and I think to really master an IB class will take probably a good 4 or 5 years to really have it at a level where it's really, really solid. So I think it'll come with time. So.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.